For QSP Knife, checking out the Unicorn. This is going to be a closer look at this knife. This is going to be a button lock. Has a nice pattern to it. So as we mill through that initial layer, you're going to have that other pop of color. So you have a few different options. You also have a micarta variant. So we'll see how this looks in comparison to some of the other knives. You're going to be looking at about $69, and that's going to be free shipping in the United States if you're ordering it directly from the site. Otherwise, you can go over to any of our dealers and pick these up as well. But this is going to just be one of the colorways. This is actually the letter C. There's a C1. So you're going to get that stone wash. You're going to get that pattern, so it goes all the way through. And these are going to be about 3.6 to 3.8 ounces. So difference between it is basically a quarter. So that's going to be the difference between some of the models. It's going to be about 0.2 ounces. So nothing very dramatic for that. And then the blade length on these guys are going to be 3.25. So that's going to be from the furthest on the handle all the way up to the tip of the blade. And then that's going to be, this actually has a higher cutting length than the blade length. So 3.25 from basically this point here to the tip, and then the cutting length is actually about almost 3.5. So as it has this big upswept, your actual cutting edge is going to be more than the actual blade length itself. This is going to be a button lock, so it is pretty well situated in there. So it's not protruding very much, but it is going to be something that is easy to actuate, close and open. If you do have any issues with it, most times you don't need to take apart many knives. So if you want to just lubricate it, basically that button or that plunger is going to be riding on the blade stock as it goes, opens and closes. So that's where you can put a little bit of oil of your choosing onto that area, and that'll just allow it to slide a little bit easier because it is a metal to metal contact, so there's no detent balls for a button lock. So the button actually acts as the detent as well as kind of rides on that track. So that's going to be something there. So this is going to be the Volt. So comparison on the sizing to the Volt and also that Unicorn. This is going to be coming out in March. So this is going to be the Beetle. So we're going to have a few different variants for it. There's a ceramic coating on this guy. We did change that orientation of the logo, and it kind of goes along with that blade style. This is going to be a single edge, so it's going to be just sharpened on one side. Also, when you're deploying it, there actually is a little arrow, and also it's only jimped on this side. So that's where you can determine which one is actually the flipper tab, because this one's jimped. This one is not. So that's where you can deploy it very easily there. And so I also have the tail cap clip, so it's going to be right on the back side. So once you flip it over, right hand and left hand carry, you're not going to have any voids or any screws or caps to put into it. It'll just be able to just swap right over. So that's one thing nice there. That's going to be the Beetle in comparison there. Also, we'll throw up one of the penguins just to get the sizing there. So that's a standard size penguin, as you can get a size comparison on that. It's going to be about 4.25 inches total length. For the actual grip area, it's about 3.6 roughly. So that's from basically here to here. That's going to be about 3.6. That's going to be how that looks. A1, B1, C1. That's going to be all these colors here, and then we'll look at the other one. That's going to be, the only difference is going to be the blade coating. So it is going to be a stonewash variant, but it's going to have that black stonewash instead of the standard stonewash on that 14C 28N blade. Again, $69, free shipping. You also do have the rewards program. If you sign up for that, then you could go and get basically $5 back on every $100 spent. That's where you're going to have, so A2, B2 and C2. So it's just going to be that blade is going to be the only difference there. So you're going to either have the black stonewash or the standard stonewash, both 14C 28N, but it's going to be just a different color for that blade. So a different coating there. So that's where if you want to have the black blade, then go with, most of the time it's going to be the 2 series. Most times when you're looking at a lot of the knives, normally the A1 is going to be the stonewash or satin, and then the B2 or the 2 is going to be normally a coated blade. So that's where it might change on some of the models, but in general that's going to be how you're going to be able to find out whether you can get the standard or the plain blade, or you're going to get something that is coated. So easy way to determine that. And all these variants are available on the website in stock in the United States, so it ships out from Salem, Oregon, and that's where you can get it there. Otherwise, definitely do those dealers that are out there. It goes in for about 22 to 24 degrees for that final sharpen edge. So that's where you can go and have that for reference if you're going to be doing your sharpening. So just something nice there. And then you can see how this looks. Textured pattern, and then it has basically another color below that. So once we mill through it with that CNC, then it'll actually pop that other color out there, and you can kind of see how that looks. So that's where it is. It's just basically that that top layer is the black, then it goes through the purple. Purple's been really popular for us. You have the green as well. So if you're going to have something that's out in the field, then the green is going to be something that you probably won't lose. So it's a very bright green for this guy. And then over there you have the micarta. And even with the micarta, if you find that it's going to be too smooth for you, you can do some sandpaper to it. Granted, be careful with it. You don't want to scratch up your hardware. But if you really want to do that, you can go and rough that up a little bit. But otherwise, that's how it comes. It also will change the color as far as your oils on your hand. So you have a flipper tab area, and you also have the thumb, so you can roll it out. Also, if you want to do the basically reverse flick, that's available for you too. So a lot of those different ones just don't have the front flip or top flip for it, but then those are different ways you can open it. Also, you could just do just a basically standard traditional opening as well. But that's going to be how that is. It's a flat grind for the knife, and then that good opening hole, and it's well chamfered on the inside, so it's not sharp. So that's a nice looking knife there. So let us know if you want to see anything else. We did have one person that actually did want to see a raven in hand. So there's going to be a raven, kind of a kukri style blade, more budget side. So this one's going to be under $50. D2 blade. You can see more of that kukri shape, but that's going to be how it is in hand for that guy. Let us know if there's anything else you want to see, and check out the website, and we're going to have that released in March, as well as some releases in June. So if you've seen some of the SHOT Show coverage, if you haven't, head over and check out what we're showing at SHOT Show.